The Vampire Bat is a film from 1933, directed by Frank R. Strayer. Hey, I remember him! He directed The Monster Walks! Well, I'll just say this film was a lot better than that one. Filmed on the set of the old Dark House and utilizing the village set used in films like Frankenstein, this film starring Lionel Atwill and Fay Wray is an excellent gem from the Mill Creek 200 box set. A village is in chaos after a murder leaves victims with huge amounts of blood loss, leading investigators, including Dr. Nyman, to the conclusion that it's a vampire. Oh yeah, just blood loss and instantly vampires. Bam! Good deduction there, Otto. That's the first thing I would think of. There's also a guy named Herman who's the town weirdo. You know, a type like Boo Radley in To Kill a Mockingbird. The town suspects him of being a vampire, going as far as to chase him down and kill him. There's also this Karl Brett Schneider. Okay, there's a lot of German names in this movie. Who's a town scientist. He's trying to figure out where all these deaths could be coming from in a scientific way. Lionel Atwill is pretty good as a lead, and Fay Wray is great too, except that we don't get nearly enough of those famous King Kong screams.
I have created life, wrested the secret of life from life. Now do you understand? For the lives of those who have gone before, I have created life.
I guess she wasn't capitalizing on it yet, since that film came out a little while after this movie. It was actually the same year, 1933. Dwight Fry is by far the best part of this movie, finally given a different role from the typical henchman he plays in most films. And even though he doesn't get too much screen time, he still does an outstanding job, and it's a unique role for his filmography. This movie is an obvious attempt to cash in on Dracula, and it was also a cash in on another movie, Mystery of the Wax Museum, which also starred Wray and Atwill. This film had a rush production by Majestic Pictures, who were in a troubling time. Anyway, not to get off topic, I should focus on the movie at hand. It's hard to believe that the director of The Monster Walks made this, because this is a way better shot picture. Ira H. Morgan was the cinematographer, probably most famous for Chaplin's Modern Times. This is the first movie I've seen in this set that actually seems like a well put together movie with planned sequences and a story, which is funny because of how rushed the film was to begin with. It's also similar to The Monster Walks in that it has a misleading villain and title. There's in fact not a vampire in this movie, but the twist is still pretty good, albeit obvious. The look on the scientist's face when he realizes that framing Dwight Fry's character Herman as the murderer is a botched plan is priceless. It leads to a fantastic climax that, for 1933, had to be extremely satisfying. The Vampire Bat is by no means a classic in the golden age of horror, but it's still one of the best that Mill Creek's box set has to offer. I think I enjoyed Murder by Television a little bit more, but they're both worth watching. Plus, the transfer is a lot better than the last couple flicks. This is one that, with a runtime of only an hour, I'll definitely be returning to.